Welcome all to TML Talk Game Day Skate as we get prepared, and a smooth opening move here by my colleague Tessa Benham to drop her script for tonight's game, and thought no one looked, but of course I'm going to tell. Hi.
Hi. You know that I don't follow the script anyways.
No, you don't. We're all over the place.
Rules
Bob
are meant to be broken.
Brooke Bashley and Dan Dunleavy. So we get set for the Leafs and the Pittsburgh Penguins tonight. And Bob, I know it's a crossroads for the Maple Leafs, and all teams hit them at certain points of the season. But with 22 games left to be played, they've lost a season-high 3 games now all of a sudden. And Pittsburgh coming in. How does a team button down, get prepared for this game, and try to keep pace and perhaps take one from a surging team like Pittsburgh?
Well, the Penguins are riding high coming in. You know, they've won 6 straight games and 8 of their last 10, so they got a tremendous amount of confidence right now. And I think the biggest thing is that when things aren't going well for your club, you got to look within. And I think that, you know, it starts with straight lines, stopping and starting, and no circling. And I think that, you know, every guy has to take a look in the mirror today before they come to the rink. I think that's the most important part, is do your job, make sure you do your job, everybody else, you know, does their job, and you get back together on a winning track. And obviously it'll be a tough game, and I'm looking forward to it, because I think this will be a character game for this hockey club to see what they're made of. And it'll be a tough battle, no question about it, but I think that they're up for the task. I think this is a club that has shown some resiliency during the course of the season, and now they face some adversity here with 3 consecutive losses, and it's time to man up here tonight, and hopefully they'll get the job done and get right back to the winning ways.
You want to talk about stops and starts. It's not something that you're just going to have to do in one period of the game, because as we've seen, much like before Pittsburgh came here 5 days ago, they just came back and beat Boston in the last period to win the game. So I feel like the Toronto Maple Leafs are going to make sure. I know this is an awkward spot. I feel like they're going to have to make sure that they're doing this for 60 whole minutes.
Yeah, well, that has to be the plan. And the other thing, too, is I think we've seen lately that it's always been a bit of an uphill battle to stay in a game now. And that's something that, Bob, you could speak to, that, you know, that becomes taxing after a while. And I'm not saying you have to jump out to a 2-goal lead against the Penguins, but at least don't find yourself down 1-0 in the first 2 minutes of the hockey game and say, here we go again. And that was a trend we saw last year that we haven't seen a lot of this year. But, again, I think the start of tonight's game, just because of the winless ride that they're on here, I mean, look, you play well in Boston, you fight back against Pittsburgh, and then you just don't have it in the tank for whatever reasons in Winnipeg. So there's signs of the direction it's headed. And as you say, Bob, it seems like it's a simple fix with the straight lines, and Randy mentioned it post-game when Paul was talking to him in Winnipeg. So I think those straight lines and that direct route to the puck and the one-on-one battles early in the game, and just, boy, if you cough one up against this Penguins team that is playing so well in the first 2 minutes of the hockey game, again, you're looking up again. Here we go again. We got to fight just to stay in the game, and that'll wear them out.
Brooke, obviously Leaf Nation very concerned with what is going on with their hockey club. Anything in terms of interaction with your people as to what they might want to ask of us?
Your people.
My people. I like it. You have more followers than me, honey, so you have more people than I do. Well,
not many more.
The question is coming off of these losses, how do we rebound? How do we come back? But Tyler points out he thinks that the team needs to stay mentally focused tonight and stop letting the teams beat them mentally. You know, we've seen them beat us on the ice, but is it a mental thing, or is it a thing of skill?
Well, partially mental, no question about it. I mean, you know, the game is about confidence in getting the job done, and you know, working together as a club and believing in each other, and that's the big thing. And you know, the one thing that I've noticed in the last week also is around the National Hockey League is, you know, you've hit this halfway point of this season, and the intensity and the speed of the game has ramped up another notch. It's becoming closer to that playoff type, you know, game going on right now. And you as a club and as individuals, you've got to be able to take your game up and ramp it up that little bit stronger. And you know, it's something too where you can't feel sorry for yourself. It is an opportunity here now where, you know, you can't get into a role where it's the downward spiral. You look at the Devils, for instance, got off to such a terrific start, and then when the Leafs beat them here, they went on, and I think they lost a couple more. I think they were on an 8-game losing streak. Big, you know, victory for them last night to get back on the winning ways. But you know, it's something where the spiral, you have to be able to, you know, mentally as a team, and you know, you've got to come together to put the brakes on a losing streak and not let it start to spiral where the snowball starts gathering steam going down the hill. And I think that here is mentally tough mental toughness is a huge part of the game, and it'll be tested here tonight. And I think that it's going to be very interesting to see what kind of reaction we see from this Maple Leafs club coming into this hockey game tonight. As Dan pointed out, you don't want to get scored on. Last time out here against the Penguins on Saturday, what was it, 36 seconds into the game, it's 1-0. And that can't happen here tonight, because if that's the case, they are a little bit fragile mentally right now, having lost 3 consecutive games. You don't want that to happen. You've got to come out here tonight and set the tone. This is, your home building, and I know it's tough to do against a skilled club like the Pittsburgh Penguins are, but you've got to be, diligent in the fact that you have a a game plan of what you want to do. You have to execute that, and you need 20 guys on board to make sure it happens here tonight.
Maple Leafs 5-1-1 in the last 7 appearances here at the Air Canada Centre. The Leafs and Penguins, a game that can be seen on Sportsnet tonight. They'll drop the puck shortly after 7 o'clock. We'll kick things off with our pregame coverage, beginning with Gate 5 Live here at the ACC at 6.